If you do not write north-south divide, then you do not have any empirical content to support your view. However, still we can say that within that socio-economic constraints, they have played role and they are playing role. Are they being promoted? In fact, one reason for their promotion is also that there is negative environment. Self-help groups in India, like this. You can draw like this. Let's say that self-help groups. It can be a village organization, then block level federation, district level federation. It is a future question in both GS and public administration. Only you draw this part. They are the self-help groups at village level, and they can be controlled by block level federation, and block level federation can be controlled by district level. So there can be several, because a district has several blocks. Right. If a district has 10 blocks, there can be 10 block level federations, and those 10 block level federations will come under one federation at district level. This also we say as cluster approach. This we also say it as cluster approach. That, then let's write on. This is what federation, you know that. This social capital and self-help groups. Next subtopic, which is extension of this subtopic also. Social capital and self-help groups. Social capital means interrelationship and reciprocity. Interrelationship and reciprocity between different groups and networks with trustworthiness. Robert Putnam. You can write in bracket thereafter this, Robert Putnam. Basically, he defined this, he gave the concept. Robert Putnam. Let's say social capital is a new concept. Social capital is a new concept. Social capital is a new concept which has emerged due to development of non-profit institutions and third party government which has resulted into formation of networks since these networks promote greater trustworthiness and reciprocity reciprocity. There is creation of greater social cohesiveness. Creation of greater social cohesiveness. Promoting greater social cohesiveness, promoting formation of social capital. Self-help groups have also promoted social capital. Self-help groups have also promoted social capital in terms of formation of federations and network of relationship, including with Panchayati Raj institutions. Including with Panchayati Raj institutions. Right? This. So basically, when you have to write self-help groups, social capital, already they have asked, basically in GS ethics paper, social capital and good governance they have asked. How social capital promotes good governance? This question. Social capital we are expecting in public administration wanted to be asked. Social capital will teach you when we will take accountability control chapter, the more formally we will teach when we will take civil society organization. Here just we are referring it, when there is social capital, the social capital has a strong link with outcome of development. This means if there is social capital or a society has better social capital, the development outcome will also be better. This was done on the basis of his study. He conducted a study in Italy and this is how he found how in Italy there was social capital. He studied during 90s. Means let's say Kerala etc. will find that if Kerala and other states, southern states have better social outcome, just we told that they have more civil society organization, they have greater decentralization. So when they have more civil society presence, greater decentralization, self-help group federation also, let's say that. The formation of this network itself is a kind of social capital. This is also a social capital, let's say this. Because these networks will bring better development outcomes. This. And that is how self-help groups are being linked with social capital. This. So this one line more will write that. According to Robert Putnam, social capital is strongly linked to development outcomes. That since southern states in India have relatively better formation of social capital, they have better development outcomes, right? So that is how we can talk about this. So we finish all those sectoral things. We finish all? Yes. So this is what you can find developments in field of self-help groups. And then you will be able to answer questions related to self-help groups, like whatever the questions we can find. So you will be able to answer that. Then someone is asking what is arrow means. Arrow is not for us. So you ignore that. Basically these arrows someone is asking from online, so it is not, let's say these things are not needed, simply you need to know this one, that part. This this question. In a society marked by social inequity and gender inequality, women's self-help groups are bound to play a marginal role. Do you agree? Do you agree? Give reasons for your answer. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
What? No idea. Question is saying that this given society social inequity and gender inequality, since basically already we have a society in which there is a negative environment, patriarchal society that we were talking, let's say, since there is a patriarchal society, huge gender gap, gender discrimination, so there is unsupportive environment. So when there is unsupportive environment, then they may not play a very big role, because the unsupportive environment will create constraints, create impediments in their, let's say, developments, like say in northern states. The regional disparity that we have, so it is also because of patriarchal nature of society. So you will tell that yes, to some extent it can be said, because society becomes less supportive, they get less supportive environment, there is discrimination, they may not be, let's say, that kind of social infrastructure, let's say. So because of those factors, they in northern states we find that how there is less success of self-help groups vis-a-vis, let's southern states. However, still we can say that within that socio-economic constraints, they have played role and they are playing role, are they being promoted. In fact, one reason for their promotion is also that there is negative environment. Right. We have, let's say, vulnerability, and that vulnerability, so we want to address the vulnerability level in society. So like say Grameen Bank success, the success of Grameen Bank also is registered, or success of Kudumbashree and others, we can find this. And then we need to further improve that social inequity gender means we need to promote greater gender empowerment. This, so that way this question will be answered.
Sir, so we have to write about north-south divide.
Yes, that also we will learn.
North-south divide.
If you do not write north-south divide, then you do not have any empirical content to support your view. Whatever you will write, it will be very subjective. Since already committees have recognized, NABARD also recognizes, RBI also recognizes regional. So why there is regional disparity? The regional disparity, one reason is that patriarchal nature of society. They have told this patriarchal nature, that is how we can write it. It is constraining. It is not related to self-help groups, yes. ये तो direct question. It is direct question. Write all positives, then write some criticisms. Way forward. Right. It's a straightforward question. This will teach just after this. Self-help groups have not only about women but also have brought attitudinal changes in the stakeholder towards women development. So, how attitudinal changes? What we will write about that? What are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? Yes, so it can be government. Right? It can be, let's say, a government institution, let's say RBI, NABARD, then banks, then private sector, this CSO. How we say that their attitude has changed, supportive? Yes, so because of, let's say that policies, initiatives, isn't it? Policies and initiatives. They have, like even Facebook, Google, Microsoft, they are supporting that. Somehow the attitude has changed. Similarly, government has been supporting, and this recent, let's say that the banks are also lending to them. And even there are now findings also, Tamil Nadu study you can find how their sense of ownership has increased. Other things that can also be written like this.